No one gets into Parliament in isolation. So I want to welcome and thank all my family, friends, fellow party members and MPs and constituents who are here and listening online, and those who wanted to be present today but could not. Your love, thoughts and support are overwhelming and very much appreciated. Mr. President, I am humbled to rise in this chamber for the very first time representing the people as the newly elected Liberal Party member for the South-Eastern Metropolitan region. Walking down these historic timber halls of the Victorian State Parliament and entering this grand chamber reminds me of the gravity and the honour I have to serve the people of the South East and of Victoria. Above all else, I am here to champion my community, a diverse community that is geographically, culturally, economically and socially unique. From the beaches of Frankston and Kingston to the fast-growing suburbs of Casey, the green hills of Upper Beaconsfield of Cardinia, the industrial parks of Greater Dandenong, to the established suburbs of Knox, the South East truly captures the very best elements of our state. Like our geography, our people are incredibly diverse and represent different nations, cultures and beliefs. Some are First Nation people, some are descendants of European settlers. Most come from a variety of international heritages, cultures and religions. But we all enjoy the Australian country and lifestyle and are grateful for it. Like many of my constituents, I am the proud daughter of migrants. My father came with his parents and siblings from Sri Lanka. They left behind their home, relatives, friends, studies and most of their possessions and arrived in Melbourne by ship with the hope of a better life. My mother was 12 when she left New Zealand with her family. Her father was offered a contract in Melbourne as a Holden mechanic. Soon after marrying in Frankston, my parents bought their first home in Noble Park, where I have my earliest memories. It is from this home my father planned his campaign as an endorsed Liberal Party candidate for Sir Robert Menzies' team. My mum said I campaigned for the Liberals from my pram as a baby. I also campaigned for my late uncle, Dr. Tom Blase, who was also a proud Liberal, a long-term councillor and three-time mayor of the City of Knox. Although I have taught in many schools, my first teaching job was in Endeavour Hills, and I have volunteered and worked with disadvantaged students in Dandenong and Doveton and as a youth worker. I married into a Dutch migrant family with long-term roots in Cranbourne, stretching back many decades. My husband, Mark, is from a very large family of 10 children. With a lot of his family in the area, we bought our first home in Cranbourne and later moved to Berwick, where my children spent the remainder of their childhood. So you can see, the South East is genuinely in my DNA, and it is a privilege to represent the community I live in. I am a Liberal, anchored in our core values of liberty, freedom of association and worship, free enterprise, and the right to self-determination for individuals and families. I believe in the value of the family, and I believe in a hand up over a handout, free enterprise over socialism, integrity over corruption, and tolerance over discrimination. These are my values. These are the values of my community. And these are Liberal Party values. Our party is strong when it brings together the classical liberalism of Menzies and the cultural conservatism of Howard. Our philosophy in action makes government smaller and citizens bigger. By lifting burdensome regulations and taxes and allowing citizens to make their own choices in life. We are not the party of big banks or big unions or targeting lobby groups and big bureaucracies which have influenced the left of politics today. When I was in school, we studied Animal Farm by George Orwell. He made the following observation: all are equal, but some are more equal than others. Does giving all Victorians a fair go mean some people should receive better treatment and more favours than others? Are we living in an all-inclusive and tolerant society if we demean the rights and freedoms of those we disagree with? If only the voices of the loudest and most organised groups can be heard, who is governing for the quiet Australians who represent a significant contingency and whose votes have helped elect people in this room, whether directly or through preferences? My parents fostered an environment where faith, family, culture and community were a priority. They taught me the value of human life by opening their home to people who were displaced, depressed, abused, homeless and discriminated against. Through their compassion and generosity, they modelled the greatest calling of all, to love people and to love God. From their example, I say that no Victorian should be persecuted on their deeply held beliefs, especially if it promotes peace, love, tolerance and reconciliation. To those who feel that faith is unwelcome in the boardroom or the parliament, I say your voice is welcome. Menzies believed that the true essence of Australia is to be found in the homes of people who are nameless and unadvertised and who, whatever their individual religious conviction or dogma, see in their children their greatest achievement. As a mother of 4 children, I know this to be true. I had a lot of trouble having children and holding my pregnancies. But through all the pain and heartache of motherhood, it has been the most rewarding and challenging career of my life. And I want to thank Jessie, Joshua, Amy, who are here today, and Annie, who is watching online. I chose to leave my career to be with you at home. I was there to watch you take your first steps and to hear you say your first words. And I read your first books to you. You and your generation and the value of everyone's family are the main reasons I am in this place. I come equipped with a fresh perspective and decades of experience. I have been a volunteer in Africa, and I was in South Africa helping with the racial bridge building during a time that the apartheid system was being dismantled. I also went on to serve in education systems, in feeding programs and medical programs in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania and Zimbabwe. I have worked with disadvantaged youth and the homeless in Melbourne and regional Victoria, and in education at all levels, primary, tertiary, vocational training, and particularly in the secondary system. I've also worked in a variety of areas of social work, mostly with teenagers and young adults, 2 areas of policy of which I now turn to. Having taught thousands of young people over many years, I am fully convinced that education is one of the most powerful tools we have to transform people's lives. And I want to say, in terms of education, that I believe that parents should have a say in the types of things that are being taught to their children. My own life has been shaped by a desire to learn and led me to attain 2 master's degrees while working in a variety of careers and being a busy mum. I strongly support the development of more select entry schools and specialised schools for gifted and talented students, having seen its benefits in the classroom and in my own family. Both my mum and 2 of my uncles went to select entry schools, and so did one of my sons, and my dad did in Sri Lanka as well. Being given the opportunity to attend a select entry school broadens the horizons. It helped my son find companions that have celebrated his intellect, and today he is making a significant policy contributions in the field of economics. In the recent education report, it was noted that in the aftermath of successive lockdowns, students are suffering from anxiety, depression, diminished social skills, and other mental health issues. I encourage both levels of government to revisit the support for the school chaplaincy programs to provide appropriate, affordable, and additional support for students. I grew up with lots of strong women in my life, and I've always been a strong proponent of women in leadership. My mother worked her way from humble beginnings and through societal expectations, and she fought to be educated and have a career. And this is at a time when most mothers were at home. She faced wage inequality and was overlooked for promotion because she was a woman, but she never stopped the fight to achieve. And with the encouragement of my dad, she persisted and always believed in herself. She attended McRobertson Girls High and went to Teachers College, even though her mother thought that girls just needed to get married. She received an education scholarship and became a speech pathologist in Melbourne. She's also worked as a vice principal in one of the largest primary schools in the southeast and was a school principal. Mum showed me the power of tenacity, persistence and courage. My dad studied medicine, law, journalism and theology. He has often been my confidant and closest friend, and has championed and encouraged me through the myriad of seasons in my life. My parents made sacrifices to send me to a good school and taught me that I could do whatever I put my mind to, and I am thankful. And after many challenges and health challenges that they have had, I am so pleased and so proud that they are here to witness this moment and the benefits of their hard work. I also want to thank my very patient husband, Mark, of 27 years. He has been unwavering in his persistence and enthusiasm. He has stood with me and supported me through the responsibilities of political life. And to my colleagues, David, Georgie, Wendy, Bev, Renee, Trung, Evan, Monica and Nick, it is an honour to work alongside, and Gail, I think I've missed somebody. Melina. It is an honour to work alongside such a strong and fresh team. Like many, I have been a candidate before, and I wish to acknowledge and thank the many members and volunteers, particularly Cameron Eastman and Josiah Matthew, and many lower house candidates and their teams who have rallied with me to fight for Victorian families, for the southeastern region and the Liberal Party values. There are so many people I could name. I wish I had time. I want to thank you all. This is your moment as much as it is mine. To John Prosciutto, I want to thank you for your confidence in me and your support. It is an honour to serve in Shadow Cabinet under your leadership. I know your empathy, listening ear and commitment to collaboration has made you and is making you an excellent leader, and you will be an outstanding future Premier for our state. With the responsibility bestowed on me as Shadow Minister for Emergency Services, Work Cover and the TAC, you will find me to be compassionate and empathetic to the needs of the people, yet also hardworking and tenacious, demanding integrity, safety and good governance, because the people of Victoria deserve it. Friends, there is a time and a season for everything. It is time for the nameless, voiceless people of the Southeast and in Victoria to be heard. It is time for people's beliefs and freedoms, the beliefs and freedoms of many Victorians, to be respected. It is time for this House to work together for the greater good of the people of Victoria. And I am here for such a time as this. Thank you.